Hey everybody, welcome to Sold Out Flesh and Blood. Just gonna go through a bigger package today. A bunch of little decks in here, so maybe I won't do them all now. These look like, I went through and I bought a lot of the generic cards. So I went through and I bought a lot of the generic cards. Oh, cool. Up two. Look at the top two cards of your deck. You want to put them in? It's a really good card. I think that's it's got this like the budget vibe of the eye. Except it's an attack. So in some ways, I mean, depending on what kind of deck you're playing, you have something where you can dump a lot of your resource points into it. Certain decks are more about chaining together a lot of action points, and then other decks I think are going to be more about chaining together a lot of resource points. So this is going to be, one of your warm-up spells, or you probably have it to pitch, to try to play your big bomb type of spell. Okay. Another common. Next attack action gains +3 damage. It's played from your arsenal, opt 2. Okay, pretty cool again. Opt cards are definitely good. This gives you 3 damage. Go again. Clears out your arsenal. It's good. You're going to want a certain number of these cards where you're always just dumping it into your arsenal. You can clear it out of your hand if it's in there. I don't know if you can play a card from your arsenal to turn it. I think you only get the opportunity to put a card in your arsenal at the end of your turn. I'm not sure. I'm not too great on the rules right now. Alright, we got a couple of these. Foresight, every different color. And the blue one is probably going to be what you're going to want to look for. Because you really just want to get the opt out of the way. But depends on what kind of deck you have. Maybe the could be sort of like a mid-range card. Yeah. An action card with cost 0 or greater. That seems like a weird mechanic. What kind of action card doesn't have, what kind of action card doesn't have at least 0 cost? Why does it need to specify? That's a great ability, though. Especially for, oh. Do you understand now? It scales up cost 1 or greater, cost 2 or greater. So it's sort of like a weird effect, because by the time it's cost 0 or greater, I feel like it should say the next time you play an action card, gain 1 action point with cost 0 or greater. Maybe the foil version says that, and they're just depriving us on the non-foil. Who knows? I do really like this card, though. Because you're gaining the action point no matter what. So with dash, when you're trying to boost and you're hoping that you get the boost, but you don't want to get stuck if you miss it, you have this, so you get at least 2 tries to boost. And if you boost every time, you still have more and more action points. Now, depending on what deck you have, you might use the mid-range or the resource version. And it's nice that you have these options to, like, I appreciate that the cards are that much more iconic, because there's so many different ways to use them. The coloration of the cards really gives you a opportunity to customize that. Having the same card at different power levels reminds me of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, where you were building a deck and you kind of had to find the cards with the different numbers, so you were looking for stronger and stronger ones. But if I remember correctly, there was a benefit to having the weaker ones. Maybe not. Maybe not. It almost feels like you're leveling the spell up, but I believe that the red, yellow, blue system will help people feel like the deck they've created is very unique to them. Alright, now these are some solid boots. This is good. Another way, especially when I think about dash, is like, anytime you can get an action point, that's a pretty rare occurrence. Like, with the boost cards, the action point that you get is unreliable, and you kind of need to have this, and a lot of the most powerful cards won't have that go again. So in order to chain together a big turn, a card like this can really help you get there. Of course, it's a non-attack action card, but sometimes that can be a big deal. It's obviously numerous examples, but like even this. Again, now I think like it gains go again. This is the 2 separate mechanics at hand here. Either gain 1 action point or gains go again. Now, what I'm wondering is, if it already has go again, it probably can't gain go again. So it's basically a waste of an effect. Whereas this one, gain 1 action point no matter what, even if it already has go again, you're still going to get the action point. So I think that's an important distinction to recognize when you are addressing the power level of these cards, because this gaining an action point is much better than, say, something here where it says the next action card you play gains go again. Alright, and we've got Moon Wish. You may put a card from your hand on top of your deck rather than pay its cost. Alright, this is the type of thing that we look for, because when we boost, we want to guarantee that we're going to hit a mechanologist card. You can do 3, 4, or 5 damage, and it blocks 2. And you can play it by putting a card from your hand on top of your deck, which sometimes can be a good thing. So otherwise it costs 2. And so you can do 5 damage for free. And then you can search, okay, I wasn't even reading this ability. You can search your deck for a card named Sunkiss and put it into your hand. Okay, so if it hits, it replaces itself. Now, this is one where it would be good to have like a remembrance thing going on. I wonder what Sunkiss does. Okay, we've got Oath of the Arknight. Okay, this one is a rare. And we've got the full array of them. I don't remember if we've seen this. Your next Rune Blade attack this turn gains +3, create a token, go again. Perfect. Really good card. 3 damage and a Rune Chant token. Remember, we want to get a lot of these Rune Chant tokens out. So this type of thing is going to keep it moving and give us stuff to do on our turn. It's got go again, so you're not running out of action. Costs 2 to play. And look what I've got 3 red ones and the rest are yellow. I wonder if the blue one is most coveted. Plunder run. 0 to cost. Next time an action hits, draw a card. It's played from the arsenal, the next action gains 2 damage. Go again. Another good one. And another great artwork. Okay. There's only got 2 of these. Well, right here anyway. Plunder run. Pretty good. Nice draw effect. Next time an action you control hits this turn, so you can take a couple tries to get it, and you'll probably get your card eventually. Another good one for Dash or anybody, just to keep your combo chain up. Dorinthia. Here's Push the Point. You've seen this one. Once you're starting to combo, this one is what's good. Gains +2 for blue, 2 damage, 2, 2, 2 on the blue. What is it on yellow? 2, 3, 2. And it's the end of this little pack.